back, everybody. Today we are going to be going over the Audacity Oracle deck, and I have to say that this is such a fun and funny Oracle deck. So the creator of this deck, the Audacity, is by the Pine and Torch, but let's just read the back. It says, "Not your average deck. This hilarious, facetious, quirky, sometimes poignant and beautiful deck includes 37 cards that will meet you at every stage of inner monologue. These long-awaited tongue-in-cheek cards are the culmination of the tarot card collection from the Pine and Torch. Mari Toscas, MFA, is the creatrix behind the brand The Pine and Torch and is the author of 3 books. She is known for mixing the mundane with the mysterious, the edgy with the ethereal. See more at the Pine and Torch, thepineandtorch.com. I'll leave a link at the description box below. That's where I got this shirt like a couple years ago. This was before she was creating Oracle decks. She is definitely one of those people that you want to be friends with if you think you want to be friends with cool people. So let's go ahead and dive in. This deck, there's a little guidebook. So she does say that this is not like the tarot deck. It's just her interpretation of cards. If you dislike swear words or you're not into things like that, then this is probably not for you. But if you just want to relax and see what somebody's interpretation is and has created, then let's go ahead and dive in. The first card, the 0 of Fucks. The Burned Bridge. The Tooties. I love it. I love her sense of humor. And here, the Lovers. The Coffee. Death. As I mentioned in other videos, I put like this little translucent post-it sticky and then I put stars to cover up anything because of the, rules on YouTube now. So we're keeping it clean as much as we can. The Moon. Strength. Perseverance. This person is in the desert, but they're moving forward. They're finding a way. The Tea, spilling the tea. Let's find out the gossip. Let's find out what's happening. The Last Straw. We've all been there. The Audacity. That's a beautiful card. The Breast Pump. The Bottle. I think this is a beautiful card. It has like the bottle being the sustenance for the child, and then the child is reaching out for it. The Taco with extra guac. The Cold Shoulder. The Child. The Mother. If you are a mother, then you know all too well that coffee is what's keeping you going. There's always laundry that never ends. It's a river, quite literally. This reminds me particularly of the High Priestess. She's making it work. The Mom Boss. Yep. You give to yourself, to your children. You're never unplugged. So you might end up looking like death itself. The Hermit. I also have a shirt that's of this depiction of the Hermit. It came out very poignantly in 2019. And this is the 19th card of the deck. 2019, everything changed. We all had to be hermits. The Gardener, 2020. Also, so many people became gardeners in 2020. We all went through that. If you could have, you probably tried. The cheese fries. Looks yummy. The slice. The Empress. The Empress usually in tarot depicts fertility and bounty. And here she is nursing her young. The chicken nuggets. I don't know about you guys, but especially my oldest, he survived off of chicken nuggets. He was little and he could climb up the counter and knew how many seconds he needed to put into that microwave so that his chicken nuggets were done. The dinosaur chicken nuggets. I think you guys know which ones I'm talking about if you have little ones. So the chicken nugget. The sun. That's a beautiful card. In this one, I kind of feel like I see all the elements. You've got earth with the sunflowers, you got water with the ocean, air with the wings, and then fire with the sun. This is like a very good elemental culmination of a card. Oh, this is a beautiful deck card. It is the High Priestess. Now, this evokes the feelings of self-care for sure, and it's trying to find the balance of self-care. I really like this card a lot. I love that there are stars in her hair. Very cool. The Zoom meeting. Yeah, I remember everyone getting burnt out on Zoom meetings, but I mean, so much has changed since COVID, and I have a Zoom meeting tomorrow. Zoom meetings have not ceased. If anything, they're kind of the norm now. The influencer, and here this influencer is shedding their skin bag, and if you look in the background, they have plenty of different suits to wear. So if you're an influencer, you do have to kind of change a lot and to just kind of stay relevant. And I'm not an influencer, but I kind of feel like that's perhaps the obstacle that they have to constantly undertake. The life of the party. This card, when reading through the guidebook, she mentions that if you've lived through 9/11, through the war in Iraq, through the recession, through all of these things, through COVID, then you've had to die multiple times, and you kind of just also had to keep going. So although this seems kind of, again, tongue-in-cheek, a skeleton dancing in the graveyard, you also have to kind of admire the fact that you've survived all that. You're just pushing through. The last hurrah. The dead-end job. Yeah. Here's a labyrinth of beige cubicles and coffee spilt, a never-ending pile of paperwork. The fiddle leaf fig. So apparently this is a very difficult houseplant to keep alive, and that hasn't been my experience, but you know, I live in a very warm climate where I don't feel like we have to do too much in order to keep things alive, but the fiddle fig, it's very beautiful. The star. The devil. Ooh, this person is pointing at their reflection and they see the devil. Well, don't we all see the devil inside of ourselves and our own reflections at times? That's a deep card. The fair weather friend. Here you are, dead, sitting in a puddle of mud and possible manure, and here comes somebody still being able to take something from you when you have nothing left to give. Lucky them. And lastly, the Tower. Very cool. If you look, the sides of this deck is holographic, or they've got a very cool edge towards the cards. These are a thick set of cards. It's very sturdy cardstock. It's very pretty, and in my hands, it's super easy to go through these. Let's try to shuffle them. Well, yeah, it's a thick pair of cardstock. So I'm gonna assume you gotta use these a lot before they get more flexible. But that's kind of the very cool thing about, you know, oracle decks or tarot card decks, is like the more you use them, the easier it is. The easier, more familiar they feel in your hand. All right, I hope you enjoyed that flip through of the oracle deck, the Audacity by the Pine and Torch.